Welcome back to round 2 of the King Kong Comics and Games Winter Reunion in the San Francisco Bay Area. We have an exciting matchup between Mono Water and Mono Fire. Mono Water has seen a resurgence of power with this latest set and is well represented here today. Fire has long been the counter to Water ironically, so let's see how this plays out. Ray playing Mono Water starts out with Sahagan Chief, which is great early on, helping him to get 3 counters fast. Mito playing Mono Fire will set Kuchaswell backup and passes. It's not very useful in this matchup, other than as a backup early on. It looks like Ray doesn't have any backups in hand, nor any way to search them out. Unfortunate, since this is a Leo themed deck and wants to see as many backups early on as possible. He pitches 2 cards to play Porum forward, maybe in hopes that he can get some early damage in. Porum allows him to filter a little bit, but there are no backups, so he elects to go with the 1 CP monster. Milo isn't threatened by a single forward, and continues to play backups. Here we see Geomancer, which gets him a selfie. Alright, never mind, he plays a selfie to get back another forward. He's sitting in the driver's seat early on with 3 backups to none. Ray has an incredibly awkward hand with monsters and forwards. More than likely, he'll continue to play forwards. And here we see some early damage from Porum. He pitches 3 cards from hand, so 6 CP total to play Gao, attempting to bring back a monster from the break zone. This forces Milo to make a tough decision, because that Gao can get out of hand pretty quickly if board of 4 monsters. And here we see Amaterasu from hand, so that costs Milo 3 cards in hand to play, but he's still doing well with 3 backups. He can afford to do this since he's well ahead with backups, and there's only 1 forward to pressure him. Looks like he's going to take this turn to search and play out all his goblins from the deck. They make great ammunition to finish off any forward that survives a Bernhilder or Amaterasu going forward, and now he's locked and loaded. Not much Ray can do here. No more backups, unfortunately, so he just continues to attack. 2 points of damage in. He has a Cloud of Darkness in hand, which is not useful in this matchup, considering how few forwards Milo needs to play. He's going to need to find some cost-effective backups fast, otherwise this could get out of hand quickly. And out comes Alua, which can easily break the low-powered Porum. He finishes turn by playing the 4th backup, Princess Goblin. Now it's 4 backups to none. This is going to be an uphill battle for Ray from here on out. The awkward hand continues. More monsters and forwards. This is an unfortunate turn of events. He'll have to pitch 3 more cards to play Realm from hand to get a 3rd counter. More importantly, 2 monsters from the deck. He elects to go with Kodav and Blue Worm. Kodav on entry forces Milo to break one of his 2 CP forwards or less from the field. And more importantly, Ray gets to filter through his deck to look for some more backups. And at the very least, there's now 2 bodies on the field. And Sahagan Chief is ready, so he can now bounce 2 forwards from any player's field back to their owner's hands. Milo plays Kadaj. He's only taken 2 points of damage with 2 potential small threats on the board, so he can afford to continue setting up his board state and run away with this game soon. Kadaj is great against water since he can start eating up the break zone, making a Lennox cast much more difficult in the future. Ray plays another blue worm, looking for some backups. Unfortunately, none have appeared, and he's gone through a sizable portion of his deck to this point. Kadaj comes back, removes 2 Thangrids, which are incredibly strong forwards in this deck. Milo's at the 3 damage threshold, which means Ferris's Search's ability comes active on entry, so he will search out Luneth, I believe. The Ferris does 1 damage on entry and another 3,000 when he is damaged. Kadaj will attack. And he ends his turn. Now he'll continue to even things up shortly. It's always scary to see 1 fire backup active because you just know there's an Amaterasu awaiting. Looks like he has 2 backups in hand. Larsa and Thornton both are viable here. Ray will pitch 3 cards from hand to play Larsa, his first viable backup, allowing him to filter through his deck some more, hoping for some better cards to help him catch up on field board presence. Looks like he drew into a Sarah backup, but elects to not play it this turn. We see Kadaj running wild here to this point, hurting Ray's potential to use Lena soon, or play monsters from his break zone with a future Gao play. Yeah, it looks like he targets 2 Lenas, just in case he's able to bring him back from the break zone and play him. So that would be one of the major threats, but it's been neutralized. Milo plays the Saza backup, and more importantly, it's his 5th backup and allows him to restock the cupboard with Amaterasu now in hand. He'll attack with both forwards, getting him to 4 damage. Now we see Milo play the big two-headed dragon to potentially push for a game next turn. He's well within striking distance. Ray is looking for some bodies to put onto the board and plays Princess Sarah into Princess Sarah. There are not too many good options for Ray at this point, with Kadaj and Two-Headed Dragon being extremely difficult to remove. Still some monsters to protect him at least for another turn. So we're going to see some more backups this turn and potentially set up a future Ash play. Milo's sitting in the driver's seat here with 5 backups to 3 backups. More importantly, he's got 3 eligible attackers, a full hand of cards, and 4 damage to 3, so well within striking distance of game. Milo's got... Oh, he plays Luneth, who doesn't have haste or any forwards to target, which is a curious play. But I'm not sure if he had better options as far as forwards go. Looks like he's going to force the Sahagan Chief play to bounce Kadaj and Ferris, making Two-Headed Dragon the only potential attacker this turn. He swings in for attack and takes his 5th point of damage. Milo will replay the Kadaj and will attempt to push for game next turn, needing only 2 more points of damage. Both Kadaj and Two-Headed Dragon are tough to remove since they are not forwards during your opponent's turn. Ray puts down a Waka, helping him to search for some more useful cards. It looks like he's got some numbers down. We see 1, 2 for monsters, 3 for Waka, 4 in Sarah, and 6 in Larsa. So he's just missing a 5-drop card in order to play Leo. He goes to Ash, good choice here. The Ash was a fortunate card. Can now play it for 1 CP cost. Oh, and it may be a too late. Out comes Amaterasu, and he's attempting to play Leo, but I believe he's missing that 5 CP card, unfortunately. That would have been the big play to turn the tables on Milo, but instead this could be the end of the game. Looks like he has a 5-drop forward in hand, but it would cost him pitching the Leo, which he wants to keep, and he's out of backup resources, unfortunately. And before the end of the turn, Milo will break a Goblin to finish off the Ash, which took 8,000 damage already from the Amaterasu, and an additional 3,000 from the Goblin. Kadaj comes back. He's got 3 attackers, and Ray's got 2 monsters to block with. Oh, here comes Rain. No targets, but I believe he has haste. Additionally, here's Squall, so now that would be 5 attackers. Ray blocks the first attack. Damage 6, not much he can do other than to block with his monsters. Milo continues the attack and goes for game. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of our matches in the tournament. I'm sure this won't be the last we'll see of both of them at these top table matchups.